keep making decisions, selfish decisions, and you keep taking away my choice. Why? And I'm like, what in the actual Mseleku is going on here? What is going on?
Welcome to my palace.
Hello, lovers and friends. Welcome back to my palace. I am the female king, Shady Basirenho. If you are seeing my face for the very first time, hi and welcome. And I will give you until the end of the video to subscribe to my channel. It's December, school kids are around, and I'm going to take advantage of the fact that it's a bit silent right now and quickly shoot the story time. Just a quick disclaimer. I have sores inside my mouth, so I may be speaking a bit funny. Please don't mind that. And this is just a pimple. Don't mind that. Don't mind any other thing that has nothing to do with the story type, okay? So once upon a time, I was coming straight out of a relationship, right? Okay, sure, boom. This guy had gotten my number a long time ago because we were colleagues. I thought it's just going to be that colleagues. Let me go back to how it really started, how he got my number. So he sees me and he's like, oh no, because we work in the same department. Yeah, well, we used to work in the same department. Why am I speaking in present tense? We used to work in the same department. Shabo, he comes up to me, he's like, no, can I have your number so that if I have any queries or whatever about the department, I can ask you. Because I worked closely with our boss. I worked very closely with our boss. So I thought maybe I'm just thinking too much when I was like, I don't buy it, but let me just give him the benefit of the doubt. Sure. I get this guy my number, and he straight up texts me and tells me straight up that he wanted my number for other reasons. I low-key knew. So, shabu, we talk on and off, and then boom, go on a breakup because I found out that the other guy was just playing around. He wasn't honest from the jump. Okay, shabu. Now what happened? Yeah, straight out of a relationship the next day. The next day. Wait. On the very same day of my breakup. No, man, I'm missing details and I'm confused. I'm getting really confused. Okay, we just keep talking. Okay, keep talking, blah, blah, blah. And then the following week, on a Monday, I didn't go to work because of whatever reason. I didn't go to work and I didn't have a phone at the time. My phone was just behaving funny, so I didn't have a phone. So he thought he was blocked. The next day I go to work, he sees me, he's like, oh, I thought I'm blocked. I'm like, why would I block you? What did you do? You know, I explain the situation that no, I don't have a phone, blah blah. No, before the second day, he comes to see me on that Monday because that's when I got my phone back. I took it to get repaired and then I got it on a Monday, the time I didn't go to work. Sharp. I get my phone, he's like, oh no, I thought you blocked me. He's like, oh, can I come see you? Like right now? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, you can. He comes to see me. He's like, oh no, I thought I'm sick. I thought you were sick, blah blah blah. Nah, I'm okay. I explained the situation, why I wasn't at work. Day 2. Oh no, on the same day, he said to me he's beginning to fall in love, and I'm like, okay. I don't know how it gets to a point where I'm like, you haven't even asked me to be your girlfriend, blah blah blah. I thought he was gonna take time with it because that's what I wanted. Take your time. You're not in a hurry. Take your time. Next day, chilling at work, minding my own business. Special delivery for Basitana. I don't know anything about a special delivery. Okay, shabu. I step out of the office and boom, delivery man is right there with beautiful bouquet of flowers. I got those flowers and I'm like, okay. And then what happens? What happened? Yes, the flowers. He's like, no, let's go out today. I'm like, oh, okay. Whatever he wanted to do required a lot of energy. Mind you, we're both coming from work. We're tired as hell. I thought we're just gonna go out and eat and then we'll be fine. He wanted to go on an activity. Looking at the time, and how tired I was on that day, it wasn't gonna work. So we went to his place. Sharp, nothing crazy happened. We just got there and spoke and ate, I think. Yes. And then what happened? Fast forward, now somehow we are in a relationship that's not official. Somehow. And then, because I didn't answer the question that is on the card, right? We just getting to know each other. In his head, we are dating. In my head, I'm like, no, I haven't given you an answer, so we're not in a relationship. We're just dating, just getting to know each other. We're not in a full-blown relationship. Shabu, I did ask him if he was single. He said he was, and I told him that I don't trust that he's single. He said I must just trust him. It's like, you know what, nah, I give him the benefit of the doubt. Remember, I'm coming straight from a breakup, and that relationship didn't last for a very long time. We were just dating, honestly, because it was very fresh, and I found out very early. With this one, I told him straight up that I don't believe you. I don't believe you. And I was right. Okay, sharp. And I keep hinting to him on a couple of occasions that honale mnaxmo, honale a sister wife here, there's definitely somebody else in your life. The one time I saw on his phone that his phone was on airplane mode, and I'm like, now I'm also realizing something. But anyways, his phone was on airplane mode, but I didn't ask him anything at the time. And then what else? He never opens his WhatsApp when I'm around. I'm like, okay, he never opens his WhatsApp when I'm around. I'm like, okay, that's quite interesting. Shabo, I keep hinting, there's another woman here. And he's like, no, there's nothing like that. I tell him straight up that I'm gonna go through your phone. Did he take me seriously? Did he take me seriously? No, he didn't. He's like, yeah, nothing's funny. When a woman tells you that she's going to go through your phone, trust and believe she's going to go through your phone. And I did. Right at the very top was the mother of his child. 5 messages. 5. 5 messages. I'm not saying this to embarrass her or anything like that. No, we all do that. 5 messages. And I almost ignored that because I thought, it's nothing. Let me look for the actual person. But something's like, open those chats. I went to his settings and switched off the blue ticks and went to Richie's conversations with his baby mama, and then I realized that Amy needs to pung up. But surprisingly, the chats that were there were only like a month worth of conversations, and I'm like, and that's when I found out that when I got a delivery, she also got a delivery, and I'm like, what in the actual Mseleku is going on here? What is going on? So I remember when I was going through his phone, he was sleeping. He wakes up, I was done. By the time he woke up, I was done going through his phone, and I put it right next to me. He wakes up, the first thing he looks for is his phone. And I look at him and ask me, have you seen my phone? I'm like, oh, here it is. And I made sure that he sees Vele. I went through his phone. That was the intention. These people are making noise. Let's wait for them to pause. So I give him his phone. And then he sees that I went through his phone. He wears a hoodie and he steps out. He comes back and he's like, you went through my phone. And I'm like, yes, I did. Yes, I did. And he's like, why? And then he starts explaining himself. I'm already on the phone talking to my people. My people are trying to get me out of the situation because we live in South Africa. You never know what the next move is. But in the moment, I did not feel like I need to leave because I'm not safe. That's the truth. My people are on trying to get me to get out of there, and I'm like, no, I'm okay, and it didn't make sense for me to leave that place around midnight. What am I going to tell my mom? What are you going to tell your mother? I was already late at night. Where are you going? You found out, now you're going to knock so that they can open the door. I had my key, but it just did not feel right going back home around midnight. I'm on the phone, bro. I'm talking to different people. Till in the morning, I'm talking to people. At some point, I did sleep. Shapo, this man is still begging me. I'm like, you know what? We work together, and I need to be smart about this. Somehow, I didn't want people we work with to know that we're not together anymore, because we were already in our business, and I wasn't really happy about that. Because in every work environment, there will always be gossip. So I already knew conversations about me were already happening before the relationship. Now there's this person in my life. The conversations don't end. Sharp. What happened? Yeah, then it gets into the most busiest week at work. Sharp, we work. I'm under a lot of stress because for me, I felt a lot of pressure that week. Pressure to get things done very quickly. I don't know if we waited until the last minute or what, but it was so hectic that week to the point where I developed brain fog. So you can almost imagine it's a busy week, you're battling brain fog. Kamo, there's this person that is just creating a lot of relationship drama. That week, also there's no electricity at home. Eskom, anyways, that week there was just a lot going on, and so I decided, you know, let me spend the week at his place because he has electricity, so it's going to be convenient for me. Come on, his brain fog, just a lot. Escaping chores as well after work. There are also chores I have to get done, so win-win situation. Spend the week there, but we're still fighting. It's just chaotic. And then for a week or so, we don't go to work. We're on holiday. We're on holiday, and not him and I. Everybody's on holiday at work, so we're just resting. He went back home, and that particular weekend, I was just in my head thinking about how this situation is not ideal, not for me, and definitely not for the baby mama. I baby daddy. Oh no, him and his baby mama were not happy. A lot has happened. He doesn't want me to leave. I'm like, okay, sharp. I'm giving you a week to sort this out. After that week, I'm going to take matters into my own hands. He knew exactly what was going to happen. I was ready to bounce, but now he's being, So I'm like, I don't want drama, and we work together. You need to maintain peace at work. We can't bring I don't do that. Sharp, I give him a week. That week passes, and I text him like, you know what, a week has passed, so the ball is in my court now. Forget about whatever you wanted to do. The ball is in my court now. Sharp, boom. Each day that passes, I think Monday passed, and I'm like, yeah. Tuesday comes, and I'm like, yeah, Tuesday, it's time to let this thing go, and I need to be smart about it. Sharp, I'm listening to music. For me, because you know what, I know I'm about to break up with somebody. I get a text from him, screenshots of him showing me that he broke up with his baby mama. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Because I told you that the ball is in my court now. You keep making decisions, selfish decisions, and you keep taking away my choice. Why? Why do you keep doing that? Anyways, now I wasn't happy about it because I wanted to leave you alone so that you can go be with the woman you really love. Sorry, I just want to adjust this. I feel like it's true. Yeah. Just go be with the woman you really love. Boom. After I found out, after going through his phone, I gave a man my number, and that's all that happened. That man on board, really, I never responded to his text because of how he was speaking to me. I'm like, what is this? What is this? Is this your way of courting a woman? If it is, my brother, you did so horribly. That's why I didn't respond to your text. At some point, you also stopped texting. So that week where we were on holiday, it's just weird nje. The energy nje ngifela off angisafili kahle. Shabu, a few days pass, and then I wait till the last day. Now the next day we have to go back to work. He's coming back the day before we have to go back to work. Shabu, I sent him a text because at some point he said something along the lines of I make him feel like he can't be a man in this relationship. And so on that particular day when I decided that I'm gonna bounce, I asked him, okay, what does it look like to be a man in a relationship? He doesn't know how to answer me, and the answer he gave me was just not what I wanted. I've been with different guys as well, so I know how they show up as men. I've never had a man say to me, you make me feel less of a man in a relationship. I've never had that before, because I sit in my little corner and let you be a man. You sit in your little corner and let me be a woman. Shabu. So this was a first for me. Shabu. I ask him that question, he gives me a very vague answer, and that's when I decided to let me just bounce. Yeah, this man crashes out. He swears at me so much to a point where I had to learn how to swear at him back because it was so crazy. It's crazy how we can both see that. I also told him that I am breaking up with him because, okay, I let it go for like 2-3 days, I think. Then I tell him, oh no, the real reason why I had to break up with you is because I was becoming somebody I'm not. Why would I give a man my number because you cheated? Why would I give another man my number because you are a crook? Why am I becoming that? Why? And other than that, I was also swearing a lot because of him. So I was like, we're not good for each other. We're only bringing out monsters. If this is his real personality, that's fine. But for me, I had to see it and call it out very quickly and remove myself from the situation. All right, sharp. Yeah, it just goes on and off. We had this, these kids, babu yapi. Okay, I'm gonna be quick so that we can wrap this up. It became a very, very long breakup. Very, very long. Took a month or two for us to just settle and decide we are not together anymore. At work, things were just weird. People were in our business because why he was the paparazzi. I kept asking myself, where are people getting information from? At some point when we were fighting, he put his baby mama on his profile picture. That was disrespectful. That was the most disrespectful thing a man has ever done. Putting another woman on your profile picture, knowing pretty well that you are still fighting to be with me. That was like saying, Amaya, akubate. So why don't you fully let me go? Yabon. Sharp. And then yeah, man, even we're still fighting with each other. He was fighting me because he wanted my attention, honestly. I was fighting him so that he can leave me alone, honestly. So yeah, and that was the most horrible relationship I've ever been in. The short amount of time we had when we were like really getting to know each other and we were just happy and loving, it's not enough. It will never outweigh all the bad things he has said to me. I'm leaving out a lot of details because there are a lot of weird things this man has said to me. He has insinuated that I am a... Yeah, I've got kids watching the channel, so I cannot use certain words on the channel. You know when you're an adult and they call you out for... I was accused of that. Oh, me. So the disrespect was a lot, and he kept saying that he's respecting the privacy of his relationship with his baby mama, but he couldn't respect my privacy. He became paparazzi at work, Daily Sun, the Star newspapers. He became all of that and telling people at work my business, and he wasn't careful with who he tells. He tells it to people who honestly swear it. And honestly speaking, I felt so violated that every time Gichigango corner, it's... or you're working on stuff, or people are saying weird things to you so that they low-key letting you know that they know your business. And I was just like the whole time not aware people getting the information from. And when I found out that the source is him, Sarah, that day I was so mad because it happened on a Thursday and a Friday. The Thursday I was told by different people, and I kept my cool on that Thursday, and I blocked him on that Thursday. And then I'm like, now I can't block him because people told me stuff. Let me wait for him to do something to me on that Thursday. That very same Thursday, this man disrespects me in front of colleagues. He literally calls me crazy. And I don't know what else he said. He said, nah, I'm crazy and I like being in his business. Like, I asked him a work-related question and everybody was there when I asked him. It wasn't a embarrassing question. It was me reminding him that he forgot to do something and he called me crazy. He was like, yeah, you crazy and you like being in my business. And I'm like, everybody else was also surprised because what did you do? And at some point I wanted to answer him back, but another colleague said, no, no, no. Because I was very angry at that point. He said it the first time. I was surprised. The second time, we're coming back to say, I like being in your business. What business are you talking about? I almost followed him, but I said, no, 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 give me. Okay, sharp. And then I block him. No, I don't. What happened? No, I didn't block him. I just left him alone. But then Friday morning, 5 a.m., I send him a text because I'm not one person to keep things inside. If I don't like something, I'm calling it out. I tell him to stop talking about me to his people. He must just stop talking about me. And then I don't know what he said, but we were fine then. Somehow I get blocked. And I'm okay with it. Foot, I don't even care. And then on that particular day, I had to stay at work a bit late. And I knew that I was gonna Uber home because I cannot inconvenience people that I travel with to work and back home. So I'm like, no, it's fine, I'll Uber. But now these people, very smart people, they're like, no, we'll stay with you. Because at that point I was crashing out, and I feel like they wanted to know, they wanted to know what was happening. And I'm crashing out. I'm on the verge of exploding, and I just explode. I provide screenshots. People who have seen those screenshots, even are not screenshots, they read through our conversations. So if there are other screenshots that I did not send, then it's from him. Mina, I made them read whatever I wanted them to read, proving certain things. And then he denied that he bought the flowers. Now it looks like I'm the crazy chick. And really that's what he was telling people, or made people insinuate I'm obsessed and clingy and crazy. You can accuse me of being crazy. No, he didn't say I'm crazy. Did he say I'm crazy? I don't know. You can accuse me of being crazy. You can accuse me of, I don't know, a lot of things. But you cannot say I'm obsessed and clingy. That is not me. Regardless of how much I like you, I will never cling to you. I like my space so much. I don't want to be in your space for way too long because now I feel like I need to breathe. I feel like I'm suffocating. I need to be away from you for some time. Not that I don't like you anymore, anything like that, but no, I need space to breathe. Yeah, well. So we were spending a lot of time together. So you can almost imagine that I needed kancane. But now he's making it seem like I'm the one that didn't want him to breathe. I was always on his neck. But now, what is that? Well, it's okay that you want to talk about me, but tell the truth at least, tell the truth to your people and say this is what happened. But when you are lying so much, and then you want to say that you're respecting the privacy of your relationship with your baby mama, but you couldn't give me the same amount of respect. Yes, I'm not your baby mama, never will be your baby mom, but I'm still a woman you claim to be in love with, right? So why didn't you give me the same amount of respect? Or give me respect at least. Now the entire building of where we work is in my business, talking about how I'm the obsessed one. But I don't know, people who are sane enough came up to me and spoke to me and maybe wanted to know my side of the story, because I don't sit with other people at work. I never used to sit with other people. I'd sit in my little office and mind my own business, eat alone, just do everything alone, or with my mentor / my boss. I never left the office to socialize. I only started leaving the office to socialize when things were getting extremely crazy in the relationship, and I felt like I was going to lose my mind if I stayed in that little office, because at some point I kept crying in the office because it was too much. Now I'm crying over this thing that is happening. I'm not crying for him. I'm crying because of him and the things he's saying to me and things he's insinuating. And I'm like, in the moment, I'm like, what was missing in my life that I could have missed these red flags when I met this man? If I had known from the beginning that this is how it's going to end, trust me, that man wouldn't have gotten a chance from me. Yes, he made a selfish decision, but this one, where he can call me whatever, and then he'll say, I was angry. No, that's how you feel about me. That's really how you feel about me, because when are you gonna apologize every time you say something and then tell me about how happy you are with your baby mama and how it's the only thing that matters, but you keep coming back and saying that you're sorry, you didn't mean it. I wish I could post screenshots, but I'm just over the whole screenshots situation. Yeah, I guess for some people the story time is a tell-all. I guess it answers whatever questions, whatever rumors were traveling around. Yeah, I didn't know. And the annoying thing is that people who knew about the baby mama were like, you didn't know? Oh, I knew from the jump. And I'm like, oh, you're telling me this because what's the point of telling me this now? After I had to find out for myself that there's another woman involved that you guys knew all the time and you didn't want to tell me. Yes, you guys didn't owe me loyalty, but what is the point of you telling me now? Do you want to be featured in this whole story? What's the point of telling me now? You had time to tell me before I did my own digging, but you chose not to. So what's the point of you opening up to me as if you like me? Because if you did like me, I don't think you would have sat there and watched me become a fool in front of everybody, and then wait, not the same person who likes me or trying to look out for me, you go ahead and talk about my business instead of coming to me first and then waiting for a reaction from me and then create stories based on that. But the fact that you knew and you kept quiet, it doesn't work like that. But anyways, we have reached the end of the video. The kids are playing outside now and I need to give them time to play because they did give me like a few minutes to work in silence. So yeah, thank you so much for watching until now. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Please leave me a comment and let me know how you feel about the story. Don't mention this guy's name. I don't mention people's names, so don't bother, because if you do, whatever legal charge he will press against you, I will also support him, because what are you doing? His name wasn't mentioned. This is my part of the story. If he wants to do his own tell-all, he can create his own channel there or use his social media to talk about his relationship, but he cannot mention me because I've never mentioned him. Yeah, but oh Cinderella, if the shoe fits, igoge Cindy, igoge. Kodwa mina, don't ask me about why I spoke about the story. Don't ask me anything that has anything to do with the story. Just comment nje funny things. I will laugh with you. I promise I will laugh with you, because I think things like this, you get over them with time. You ask yourself questions, pray about it, and then find peace in the chaos. So yeah, thank you so much for your support.